Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is Josh at American AF Dumpster Rentals in Dallas. We got a good one for you today, so super excited. Um, Hope everybody's doing good. It's definitely hump day, so it's that middle day of the week, obviously for us. Busy. Things have been kind of crazy over here, but anyways, just moving real quick. I've got a good one. I've got an good old buddy of mine. It's been years. I've known this guy since I first moved to Texas, and he was a number one. He was an awesome representation of Texas for me. Kind of just kind of a shock of boom, Texas in your face. That's my guy. But good friends over the years. Um, with all no further ado, let me go ahead and bring him in. His name is Eric Love. He's going to be the MC of the Lone Star Dumpster Showcase, and I want to introduce him to you guys. And let's bring him on. Oh, he's not there. Where'd he go? He's not here. Let's go back. He was just, there we go. Hold on one second. There we go. Bringing him on now. There we go.
Oh,
What's going on, Eric?
not much, man. How are you doing?
Good, man. Good. Thank you so much for being here. I'm super stoked, dude. Uh, like I said, I've known you for a while, and you have always been such a cool dude to hang out with and talk to, and lots of experience. So, kind of want to bring you on the channel, man, to kind of share your knowledge, share your brain, and kind of introduce you to the dumpster world, and kind of explain why we have you as the MC of the Lone Star Dumpster Showcase in November.
I'll tell you, I'm really excited about it. I feel like I have some experience in the dumpster business. I've been married to three of them.
You're on number what?
Divorced
You're on
from
number
them.
four.
What's that?
You're on number four.
Number four. I don't
Oh
quit,
man.
man.
All
Can't
right.
quit.
All right, all
Can't
right.
quit.
There you go. That's why it says Love for a reason. I mean, your literally last name is Eric Love, and you've got a lot to give. Is that what it is?
Well, yeah, they got me in a lot of trouble. They got me in a
Yeah.
lot of trouble over the years. I'll tell you this.
Oh man. So we met through when I first moved here. I worked for a company, Point to Point Global Security. That's where I met you at, man. Why don't you give me a little bit of history? Why do I have Big Juicy written on your name down here? Give me a little bit of information on that, man.
Well, let me tell you something. That's my guy. Okay, it's the English Bulldog. So here's my story in a nutshell.
Okay.
I went to work for the Tarrant County Sheriff's Department in 1989. And man, I was pretty fortunate. Back then, you didn't have to be real smart. You had to be liked. I did
Okay.
well. So I went up the ranks pretty quick. Was a sergeant. Did everything from prison transport. I was a sergeant over that division. Went into patrol. Did extradition. I really had a great career. And then I got a phone call to work off duty, as all cops work off duty. I get a phone call from a woman named Stephanie Point. And she said, "Hey, I'm looking for a guy to work a job." And it was going to be the next morning. I was working midnights at the time.
Mm.
And she said, "I really need a guy to work this job. I'll pay you more." Well, she paid me more. And I said, "Listen, if you don't pay me," she told me she was a cop in California. "Hey, if you don't pay me, I'm flying to California and I'm going to kill you." And she goes, "You're my guy."
Mm.
And that is literally how she and I met. She started a company. I went on full time 2007. We sold that company for 50 million. And I'll tell you, it's a blessing. And the one thing I'll tell about your story real quick, you've always been an entrepreneur. Although you had a W-2 job, you were always an entrepreneur, and that spirit is very hard to find. Most people don't have it. Then, we got acquired in 2019. I stayed on for 2 years, and it sucked. It was boring. It's more streamlined corporate. We got bought by it's like the fifth largest in the United States.
It was Allied, right?
Allied, yeah, Allied Universal.
Okay.
So they bought it, and what I put together at Point to Point was the emergency services situation, and in a given year we would bill 10 or 15 million just in emergency service when everybody else was focused on regular work. All I did was high end dignitary details. And the one thing that I know we're going to talk about business in a little bit. The one thing, as an entrepreneur myself, I'll tell you, the gatekeeper is not always the number one person in charge. The gatekeeper sometimes can be the person you interface with at the lowest level that gets you really in the door.
Mm.
Um, after we sold, I was bored in 2020. Everybody else was too. Um, I've always done, different cold case, um, interesting cases as a private investigator. I was bored and started watching the Tiger King like everybody else. And I said, "Oh boy, this is dysfunctional. I can relate to this because my previous life of multiple marriages and being raised poor, um, man, I can function pretty well in that space. I can identify, dysfunction." I got that case. I bankrolled that whole case for free, and it's kind of one of those deals. Sometimes you can say something and go, "God, I said that. Now I got to do it right."
Mm.
So we put a big production together and announced it that we were going to do it. I texted, Harvey at TMZ, and I said, "Hey, I've got something that I'll give it to you exclusive." And he gave me 5 minutes and 14 seconds on the global platform to, I filed the presidential pardon for the main character of that show.
Mm-hmm.
So, outside of fun cold cases, and I say fun, they're interesting cases. Cases of injustice, man. You see me. I light my area of town on fire pretty regularly
Right.
with just causes. With just causes. But really, that's me in a nutshell, man. I'm a business guy, former law enforcement, still in the security world, and man, I'm having a great time, and I'm having a great time watching you. Out of all my friends, some of them have a cleaners, and it's a stupid name, cleaners.
Mm.
Not you. You got American AF.
Yeah. Well, and
Dumpster.
I always say it like literally during COVID, man, people were like burning the flag. Obviously, I had my limo company, and that was doing really well until COVID hit, right? And then COVID hit, and then it's time to I wanted to diversify a little bit, but I was tired,
Yep.
man. I was like, you're not gonna disrespect the flag and burn it, and then people have to be afraid to even fly the flag, or just because you fly the flag means you stand a certain way. And to me, I was like, no. And I was done playing politics in my limo company. I had to be really proper and polite because
Sure.
it's very clean cut type of business. And then the dumpster industry, I was like, no, man, you're not going to district. I'm going to wrap my truck in the flag. I'm going to represent the flag. And then if you like it, great. And if you don't, that's on you. So
Yeah.
kind of funny you brought that up. But no, man, the whole Tiger King, that thing definitely, like, I guess in your in that was like your moment, right? That was kind of like I think that was well, you've had plenty of other moments in the past, I'm sure too, but that kind of solidified like you became more of a public figure, right? I mean, you were on news. I mean, you made the national news. Every other news
Yeah.
channel was running your story. It was really crazy for a little while.
Well, here's what's crazy. If you just get a couple of goobers, and I say goobers nicely because I've got a lot of friends that are attorneys, if I just shuffle a couple of attorneys up to a microphone to say, "Hey, we're going to file a presidential pardon," it's not going to garner any notable attention.
Sure.
What I did was by design, and this is something that I've always been very good at. By design, I invite people that have the items that I need for a project. And remember, everybody wants to be famous.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to be, it's just kind of in, or most men, I should say, it's in their DNA. So I invited 10 friends to a specific location, and I said, "Who wants to be on Netflix? I've already signed the deal." They're like, "What?" "Yeah." I said, "Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go troll President Trump at the White House, and I'm going to need a double decker bus." Well, by design, I invited the double decker bus owner. He owns four of them.
Mm-hmm.
"I want to go." "Well, good. I need your bus." Well, the next guy owns the sign shop. He said, "Man, I want to go." I said, "Well, you got to wrap the bus." Everybody played their part. It was so fun and crazy during COVID. It was like, going through some of these small towns, especially when you start hitting Arkansas, Tennessee, going all the way to Washington, D.C., because our whole job was we were just going to troll the White House for 12 hours one day. That was just it.
Mm-hmm.
And go over and be a little annoying because there's 1,013 cameras on the White House. Now, I know that because some of the dignitary stuff that I've done, I've used assets from the Secret Service that are my friends, right? So
Sure.
they tell you stuff after they retire. They don't tell you a lot, but they tell you enough. And when they knew that I was doing this, they said, make sure you go stand in this area, this, they gave me 50 places to go stand. And, of course, I had a jacket on the back. It said, pardon Joe Exotic. So it now populated the conversations inside the White House. Hey, they're here. And now all the reporters start talking about it. And, we were on every channel, every channel, CNN, Newsmax, Fox, all of them. It was
Yep.
fun.
What's crazy is like you were your own brand. Like you branded you are your own brand. You It's not a company. You are the brand, and then you kind of latched on to what was trending at that moment. Not even probably. I'm sure you knew it, but it was trending, right? Because the what was that? The show Tiger King was definitely trending. It was like top on Twitter and all the big shows that during COVID. And you jumped on that train, dude, and you rode it all the way to the White House. It was incredible to
But
watch.
they say boredom creates one of two things. You can either get yourself in a lot of trouble or you can get yourself into a lot of work. And I'm sitting here watching this show and I'm like, God, this is a shit show, man. This is awesome. Well, I get on Pacer and start looking at his case and I'm like, holy shit, this cat got railroaded, I think.
Hmm.
I send him a letter. He sends me one back. I get a phone call. His power of attorney calls me. And man, we wrap it together. When I tell you, we did so many out of the box ideas, um, and they were all mine. I said, we're going to do this. We're going to do this bus. You saw the bus. It was crazy.
Hmm.
I decided to wrap a jet. People say, how did you wrap a jet? I didn't wrap it, but my guy at the sign shop did.
Right.
And then my other friend owns. If you don't have a bunch of rich friends, go get them. They're great to have because you can borrow all their shit.
Well, that's why I got you on speed dial, right? That's why I called you right away because I need rich
Oh yeah,
friends,
right.
right? Yeah. So, hey, I gotta call Eric. Like, I need an MC. I need his personality.
It's
I need
like the
him
Big
at the
and Rich,
show.
that song by Big and Rich, Living Big Time. You're using everybody else's stuff,
That's right.
but you're having the time of your life.
Yeah.
So it was fun, man.
So let's talk about the business, right? Because I got you're coming out to MC the show, and again, the show is
Yep.
November 11th and 12th. It's going to be a 2-day event. We got some major networking, major speakers, education. It's going to be unlike anything that the dumpster industry has ever seen. I brought my experience, I guess, from other shows that I've been to, and really wanted to bring it to the dumpster industry. So, and with you, I mean, you've done business. You've taken a business from basically zero to 50 million, in
Yep.
conjunction with obviously Stephanie, but between the both of you, you guys really grew that business in a very competitive market, I can add, because you guys were up competing against the big boys, the big ones like Allied Barton, who bought you guys out, doing a lot of off
Yep.
duty. Shoot, when I came on, there was a lot of what was it, jewelry? What were they called? Jewelry runs, where we were literally
Yep.
running
Dory
sales every
Escort.
day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a lot of
You,
stuff
you
like
think
that.
about this. You think about this. Those jewelry escorts, we average moving. We moved them from point A to point B or point to point. $12 billion worth of diamonds a year. 12 billion. That's a
That's
lot of
crazy.
diamonds, man.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just remember like there was I remember finding out about some what was it, some Colombian gang that was targeting these jewelry and robbing these guys. There was all kinds of crazy things I didn't even know about before I got into it.
And you know what's crazy? So it's a dangerous business. I had a state police officer. He was a TABC officer that worked off duty for me in Houston. This was September the 11th, and I want to say 2009 or 2008. Moving diamonds with he's got the diamonds in the vehicle. He's escorting this, business person from point A to point B so he can show the goods, at a show. And he got attacked. And
Mm.
it's a gang of people. It's basically a mob. He got shot 3 times, and of course he shot. I think he got 3 of the 6. They ended up all getting apprehended. It was down in Houston.
Mm.
But what's crazy is he said, I've got to make a phone call to my boss. Now, remember, in that world, he's also a state police officer, but he
Right.
wanted to call and let me know they did not get the diamonds. And I'm thinking, holy crap, that's what you got insurance for.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get hurt for it. That's what you have insurance for.
Right.
Yeah, I've lived some pretty interesting situations in the security business for sure.
So it's not just security though. Let's because you again, I talked about how you're a brand, right? And you talk a lot about how you know people and you just communicate, and you're the kind of guy who everybody's your friend, right? At the end of the day, like not everybody's your friend, but you don't meet anybody who's not your friend. In other words, like I don't know what that saying is, but you can
Yeah.
basically walk up to anybody, you make them your friend, and you guys chit chat, you just talk. And that's like the bottom line. That's all that's needed in business nowadays. I think people, business is so impersonal. We're going up against, in this industry, right? We're up against the big boys: Waste Management, Republic, CWD, where they
Yeah.
treat the customer like a number. All we have to do is treat the customer like an actual human being and give them what they
Yeah.
want in any business. And they'd rather do business with you, Eric Love, the guy with the hat, the guy with the big guns and the dog and all that stuff, rather than just be a number somewhere down the road. So, talk to me a little bit about how you network, like how easy it is for you to, I guess, go out there and talk. I mean, what is that? How does that work?
Well, and I've always thought this to be very important. If you make someone feel important or special, and you got to have the right amount. You don't want to be that other guy either. Oh God, that not that guy again, right?
Mm,
You got to find that real middle of the road approach that works for you and your personality. But you're right. In this day and time, it's either text or email. That's it. Very salesmen, good salesmen are killing it right now because they can say hi, they can remember names. It's almost like it's a circle. It goes back in time. You're doing something so basic 101.
mm,
You never know who the gatekeeper is, and I we've laughed about this. I love my dog, Big Juicy. I mean, I had him trademarked. Um, and it's so funny and stupid. It's great. But you know what? People always remembered. I never let anybody buy my lunch, my dinner. I don't let anybody buy it. I always pay for wherever I'm sitting for everybody, and they like it because you get a free meal. Number one, but number two, I'll always say, have you ever had a dog buy your meal? And they're like, what are you talking about? And then I show them the card, and it says Big Juicy on it. He just bought your lunch. They want the receipt, and it's
mm,
like a thing that they remember you by. And I started this so long ago. I got bored one day sitting in the office, and I put up a billboard out on Interstate 121 and then I-30, and it's one of those deals where if you're passionate about something, and you can be passionate about anything, passionate about trying, passionate about business, right?
mm,
I always say if somebody says, what do you really do for a living? I sell assurance, and they go, I didn't know you were in the insurance business.
mm,
I'm not. I sell assurance, regardless of what's tasked of me in any industry. I work in four of them right now. In those industries and beyond, I will assure you it will be handled. And it's a different mindset. A lot of times people always want to sell you on their business. Sell them on you because you know what? I know Josh is dependable because I know you for a long time. But I know that you're a 100% my kind of guy. You have a great moral compass. You're pretty funny. I liked you when you were fat. I know
I
you
still
got
am.
skinny. I know probably, huh?
I gained some of it back. I'm working on it though. We're working. It's a
All
constant
right,
struggle.
good. In good company. Good deal. No, but like there's something to be said for liking a person, right?
Hmm.
Once you get a client to like you, I talked to a client today, Samuel's Jewelers. They're out of business now, but they were my first big client. And then I got Zales, and then I got all these other ones. And what's crazy about that is if people like you, they will do business with you. And we've all been to a business where you go in and you look around and you're like, is anybody going to help me? Nobody wants to do business there.
Yep.
But a person that has a positive attitude, I would take a person with zero skill set if they have a good attitude. I can fix the skill set. That ain't no problem. It's hard to fix an attitude.
Right.
It's hard to fix a drive. It's really hard to create that in some people. Um, I will say this: if they like you, you will get the business.
Mm,
Period. I'm a firm believer in that. And so, like, I don't sell anything. I just give it away. It's fun to me. But you know, if I'm in one of my Cadillacs, I always take about 100 of these with me
mm,
because I cruise around Fort Worth, and somebody say, "Hey, all you got to do is populate yourself." When you're not doing anything, just get on Google. review stuff. Always review it under my reviews under Big Juicy. It throws the hat, throw my hat, and they're like, "That's a $50 hat." No, it's not. I get so. I just think. Did you lose me? There
I
we go.
did for a second. You still there?
You got to make it memorable. You have to make your interactions very memorable.
Yep. Yep. We're cutting in and out. Let me check to see the internet here. But now that it's funny you mention it because checking my internet, we're good. It's funny you mention it because and I don't mean to put your business out there, but you just ran for office. You did an awesome job. Don't get me wrong. I saw and your signs were literally your body with your dog's face. This is your campaign was incredible. I thought. I mean, I don't know anybody who's run a campaign like you. But I thought that's just awesome branding, dude. You're just putting a name out there and making yourself memorable for sure.
Well, and you know what? I did that because I'm writing a book. And the last thing that I needed to do in the book is run a campaign. I had to run a race. Okay. And I thought, well, if I'm going to run it, I'm going to run it just like this. Now, you have all these powerful, I mean, I know a lot of people. I'm not saying that braggadociously. I'm just saying that I'm old. I know a lot of people. Uh, but I had the sheriff in Tarrant County. He called me. Bill said, "What can I do for you?" I said, "Nothing. I'll endorse you." No, I don't want any endorsement.
Uh oh. We keep losing it. Uh oh. Guys, let's talk in the comments real quick while we're waiting for Eric to see if this video comes back up. And hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. Let me know. Let me know in the comments below, guys, if you're here, if you're listening, watching. Let me know. I'm not sure if I'm freezing up. Oh, we lost him. Let's see here. Let's go here. All right. So let's see. Who do we got? What is going on, Mr.? Let's see here. Dylan, what is up, brother, man? Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. What's up? Long time no see. Dylan and I just had lunch today. We had lunch with a couple of the dumpster guys local to us. So we did a little network meeting. There we go. We got you back. All right.
I
You
was
left
going
it
to
for
go check
the.
my internet, but I don't have any pants on, so I didn't want you to see all that.
That's all right, man. That's all right. We could have edited it out. It's only live.
Yeah,
But
right.
you were saying something about the sheriff called you?
Yeah. So a lot of people said, "Hey, I want to endorse you." I said, "Man, please don't." Because remember, the city I live in, the mayor doesn't get paid. Okay.
Really?
So I needed to run the race to finish a book that I'm writing. I don't want to win. I want to raise up some issues, and I really had fun doing it. And as you know, I've discovered some stuff. You know, if you're a private investigator and you see something, and then remember also if you have a little bit of traction in the media department, everybody wants to be famous. Hey, I've got some information I want to give you. I'll take it. It's been fun, and that was fun. So thanks for recognizing that. When I had the sign shop print those signs, they said, this is exciting. We're always either printing beer bottles, feminine products, Coca Cola, on signs. We never get something fun and different. So that was fun for them. It was fun for me.
It was really cool. It was cool to see,
Yeah.
man. And I definitely supported you via all the way in Navarro County. But if I could have been up there and voted, I would have. But who knows? Nowadays, I could have just made up a fake number and gone up there and voted anyway. So it didn't matter really.
Yeah, come on over.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna be announcing in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, the major keynotes and stuff like that. So, definitely, uh, you know, I won't use you too much, but every now and then I might say, "Hey, Eric, just shoot me a quick video." And like, this is the announcer that we're gonna have. This is the keynote we're gonna have. This is a speaker. Just really big. I really want to. You've got just an awesome attitude. Awesome appearance outwards towards life, everything. So, just to be able to when I made that phone call too, I was so shocked and happy that not shocked because I knew you probably would, but that you accepted the MC role of the Lone Star the showcase event. So
But
again,
do you
I can't say I
remember?
appreciate you enough.
Well, you're welcome. But do you remember when you called me? You said, "Hey, I need to ask you something." And
Yeah,
what did I immediately say?
you said whatever it is, it's yes, something like that.
Yeah, yes. That's pretty
Whatever it
easy.
is, I got you.
Now, I will tell you something cool. I will send this to you when we get off of off of this. We're filming something really fun in Fort Worth right now. The bad thing is I can't I can't even put the sizzle reel trailer up.
Yeah.
But when you I can talk about who's in it. There are some wonderful people in it, and if you like the MMA, right? If you like that, I can't say his name because I'm under a non-disclosure. But when I send it to you, uh, everybody knows who the Iceman is. I just can't say his real name.
Oh, you sent it to me already. I saw
Oh,
it.
I did.
Yeah, you
Okay.
did.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want to ruin it, and I'm not speaking for you, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty exciting.
This this might be the funnest thing that I've done in a long time. And they said, give us some creative input. Now, I want you to think about this. On this, they already had the show written, and they just wanted, I don't even know how to play poker, okay? It's
Mm,
a poker show. Uh, when they called me, I said, yeah, I'll entertain it, send it over, let me look at it. I looked at it, I thought, man, this would be fun. So I go start doing it. And they said, what would you do different? Now, that's a compliment. If somebody is asking you, what would you do different? What I've learned is, man, you guys are doing a knockout of the park, pretty great job. You don't want to be a total,
yeah.
Debbie Downer. But I said, man, if you would, and I'm all about philanthropy. That's very big to me.
Hmm.
Philanthropy is one of the most important things in my life. I said, man, think about this. We have, you know, 8 poker players at a table, and we have a sheet, and we're going to assign a sheet to each poker player. It's going to be a charity poker. Each person will start with $5,000, and let's say little Timmy. Now I'm saying this because we're having fun right now, right?
Sure.
Let's say little Timmy needs a set of ears, and he's up in Missouri. Well, the ears are $66,000. It's basically like being a sponsored NASCAR guy sitting at a poker table, and your mission is to win little Timmy his ears, right?
Mm,
Or most of this is basically cosmetic surgery type stuff. Things to help kids really feel good about themselves. Um, and they said, "Man, we've never thought about that. We think it's a great idea." And I said, "Well, I can make 2 or 3 phone calls, and I have a feeling that I'll have some folks that are in that business that would be doing that type of work, that they own their own business." So, we have one cosmetic dentist in South Lake,
mm,
big money guy, wonderful human. I called him. I said, "Hey, I might want you to think about something. It's in reference to a show that I'm doing." And you know what he said? Whatever you need. He doesn't know what I need, but you know what he said? Whatever you need. The great thing was the other two. He's facial reconstruction dentist. Whatever you need, I'll do it.
mm.
That's relationship. The relationships are what really, really keeps the lights on, keeps new customers coming in. Relationship, relationship, relationship. So uh, I'm excited about, they took that little piece of advice. They said, man, this is wonderful. Okay, well, now, I mean, they act like I'm the smartest guy in the room. Boy, little do they know. You know what I mean?
Right.
But hey, it's good when they take the,
Using the people that you surround yourself with.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
relationships. So you've been a police officer, point to point. You were part owner of the business. Then you went on to Tiger King. You went on for office. You're writing a book. You've done multiple shows. You did another show too, right?
Oh, yeah. So, I do a lot of stuff for Court TV. What's great about that, so I'm doing one, there's an old death row case that's out of Rowlett,
Mm,
uh, east of Dallas. Uh, this person's on death row, and we're filming something for that. It's fun because if you have a skill set or a talent and you put that to work free of charge, and I don't charge anybody, everything's free. You put that to work for, goodwill, if you will, and you're able to change somebody's life. it changes and blesses your life too,
Yeah.
because all you did was something that you're trained to do. You have the credentials to do it, and most importantly, you got to have the money to do it. And regardless of what anybody says, it's a great la la. Oh, I'm in love. Well, Jack, if you ain't got any money, it's going to be hard to love.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real hard loving being broke. I did that a long time ago.
Man, love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, man, I don't know. So we got you coming down. Are you bringing? Hold on, I got a comment right here. Are you bringing? Are you bringing Big Juicy to the show?
Man, let me tell you something. If I take him, it's over. If I take him, he'll find the buffet line, and by the time he's almost 12.
Yeah.
That's very senior for an English bulldog. But I'm totally blessed. My sister-in-law is an emergency vet, and he gets the best health care, on the planet. But he's like having a fat 9-year-old kid at a buffet with asthma. But man, I freaking love him.
Don't they sleep like 16 hours a day though? I mean, don't they sleep like a lot, right?
Oh no, yeah, he has a thing around one of his legs.
Uh huh.
He took 13 steps in 24 hours one day. Now other days, other days he'll take 140. But every once in a while, he'll sleep 20 hours a day and go over and eat, drink, go outside for 2 or 3 minutes, come right back in. And that's really the key. Those dogs have to be in about 75, 74 degree or lower temperatures for them to really thrive and live a long time.
Really, living the dream, man. He's just living the
Yeah,
dream.
man. He's living the dream. I don't know if you saw where I went today. You know who lives? I probably can't say that. Do you know who lives in Abbott, Texas?
Oh no, not really.
I'm gonna give you a redheaded stranger. Do you know who that is? You're probably too young.
I'm too
Willie
young.
Nelson.
Okay, you went.
Take a look at the videos. Take a look at the videos I put up earlier. So I love rehoming animals, and
Okay, I saw
I
that.
find I find the best people for them. And I literally knocked about 40 people out of it because I'm not embarrassed to tell them, hey, look, they're not going to be a good fit for this dog because, and the CEO that had bought this dog 2 months ago paid $6,000 for it.
Mm,
And some things changed real quickly at his house, and he needed someone else to, begin taking care of this dog. And he said, man, will you help me? Yeah. He said, what do I need to do? I said, get everything together, all your paperwork, everything. Convey him to me. He said, yeah, but I just paid 6,000. I said, if you want me to find him a good home, there's nothing that I do in philanthropy, period. It's free. And boy, when I tell you, this cat he's got a private jet at his access. He's on one of the biggest ranches. He's
I'll,
got his own bedroom, 105-inch TV in his bedroom. It's
golly,
crazy. Yeah, he living better than us.
that's insane. So that's insane. Yeah, watching the video, that branch looks huge, man.
Yeah.
You didn't buy the ranch? Is that what you're saying? You're moving into the ranch too?
No,
That
are
gonna be
you
the Love
kidding me?
Ranch?
I'm just good at putting everybody else up. I just stay here in my humble abode.
Nice, man. So I don't know, man. What else do we got? I think we're good. I think we're good. I don't know what else we have for the. Let's see if we got any other comments here. Not many. Somebody says, "What does the AF stand for?" Uh,
What does it stand for, Josh? I'd like to know.
I mean, it's definitely American as fuck. I mean, it just is what it is. Just what Dylan
That
said. We ain't playing around here.
Yeah, I told my buddy. I said you need to change the name of your cleaners. The Velvet Cleaners. That doesn't sound good.
Velvet, nah. I get it all the time, all the time. You know, because we have a big American AF on the trucks, and everybody. Some guys just come out and yell it like, "Hey, American is walk," you know, and then other guys, you know, they're just like, "What does AF stand for?" They just want to hear you say it. So it's like, yeah, it stands for whatever you want it to stand for. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
We're
like
here.
it. I think it's
Yeah.
real quick. So I have a friend that's on TikTok,
Hmm.
and he's notable. He roasts vehicles. That's all he does.
He what
I don't
vehicles?
know if you've seen. He roasts them
Okay.
like you go roast a human.
You sent me one
He'll
of your
roast a car.
vehicles. I think you sent
Oh,
me
he
one of
has.
your car, right?
Yeah, and he's a great guy. So I took a picture of your truck. I'm going to send you as a personal gift. We're going to roast you
Nice.
because he is so funny. He
Love it.
literally is so funny. And I do like the approach that you've always had in business, you know, the limo business. I never had more fun spending a lot of money to go to WinStar.
Mm,
Great service, but great relationship. That's what it's about.
right.
It's about the relationship. You build those relationships and people like you, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. You write your own check.
That's what's cool. That's what people need to understand. You know me, I've always been kind of an introvert. I'm really kind of quiet. I've never been somebody to be in front of a camera, right? But I'm trying. I'm definitely trying. But I look at people like you and like the way I have a really good, literally my best friend out of Wisconsin. He's the kind of person I used to take him to limo shows with me, and be like, hey, that little short guy over there, he owns like a multi-million-dollar company. Go talk to him and pretend you're with a Heaven on Wheels. Because I'm just, not that guy. But now I realize like there's nothing you can lose. You can't lose when you're being open and friendly and honest and just being you. You just can't lose. So fuck everything else. Go out there, talk to people, shake hands, be the boots on the ground because at the end of the day, that's what sells. Not flyers, not emails, not Google AdWords, none of that shit. Although Google AdWords does work a little bit. But what really works, what really stands out in people's mind is the guy with the beard or the guy with the hat or that guy, that
Yeah.
big burly guy who came up to me and said he's got dumpsters for days, all that kind of stuff. That's what stands out. So the guy in the corner isn't getting business. He's not growing his business any bigger at all. Matter of fact, he's killing his business. You got to get out there. You got to get in front of people. You got to shake hands and make relationships.
You got to. And I'll tell you, I have a friend of mine, and you know, when I text you or call you, I always bust your chops. That's just how good friends work, right?
Right, right.
So I asked the obvious question one day. I said, "Why do you date such unattractive girls?" And he said, "Hey, man, what's wrong with them?" I said, "You could do." He said, "I'm not good looking enough." I said, "Oh, if you don't try, you don't win." Well, he really took that to heart. This guy didn't change anything up. I said, just quit talking to the fours and fives. Just go hit the nine. You never know.
Mm,
And you know what? It's working for him. And of course, he likes to tell the story. Yeah, this guy told me I was just dating ugly girl. And it's not really so much that, but sometimes people think that they're only good enough to do this,
right,
right? When you're really good enough to do this and that.
right.
And I think a lot of times a person can realize that hopefully early enough in life where they really can take advantage of that
Mm-hmm.
because it's not just about building a business. I hope they not only build it, but they sell it. Because let me tell you something, there ain't nothing better than selling a business.
What is
Nothing
going
better.
on? I've
You
got
in a
power
nightclub or
issues.
what?
I don't know what's going on. I've got power issues. I don't know if my power's going to go out. But say that part again. I missed that last sentence. It's nothing better than what?
Well, there really is nothing better than believing in yourself. What I didn't say was earlier when I left the sheriff's department, 17 years, almost 18 years, I cashed my retirement out. Oh boy, man! And there's a lot of naysayers. You're never going to make it because they
Mm,
don't want you to make it. Ah, I'm, don't worry about me. You worry about you. When I was able to, when we all have that idea of what when we make it, right? I had hit that plateau pretty early. I thought, damn, that was pretty easy. Let's keep going.
right.
And I saw it's about 12 years after I left the department. I saw on Facebook that this guy had a GoFundMe. He was my biggest uh, critic. Man, Love is never going to make it, man. He's not college educated. Thank God. I don't have any
Mm,
college education. Oh, sorry. Uh, I made it.
right.
He had a GoFundMe and he needed $5,000. It was a sad story. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying sometimes the empathy in you can redeem even the most critical person. You might not really care for them. You might not even like them, but $5,000 donation. I didn't even miss that. And guess what? That guy called me and he apologized to me. He said, man, I'm so grateful for you. And I was just jealous. I want you to know that I was just jealous because I was stuck in a bad marriage and you left the department and here we are.
Mm,
And all these years later, why would you help me? And my response was, why wouldn't I? You're still my guy. You worked for me for a long time.
Hmm.
So I think that's important too.
Yeah. I was listening to somebody sent me a video. Actually, he was on here earlier, Dylan. He sends me a video the other day, and it was a video from it was a recording from a long time ago. It was and I forgot the guy's name. He's someone famous from way, way, way back when. I'm talking about at the beginning. He was talking about there's only 10% of people that make $6,000 or $10,000 or more a year of men.
Yeah.
So that's how long ago this was. This video or this recording. But he was talking about there's two types of people. There's the haves and the have-nots, and you can always become a have if you're a have-not, and you can always definitely become a have-not if you're a have. But it's the
Yeah.
type of people that are have-nots that are looking at the people that are haves, and they just make excuses for themselves. Oh, those guys, their parents must have been rich, or their parents must have gave them an inheritance, or they're nothing but crooks, and they're nothing but crooks and scam artists or whatever, just to make themselves feel better. And I don't know, man. When you talk about that whole thing, it's like there's so many people out there, but you just gotta stay in your lane. Just literally stay in your lane with blinders on. In any industry, there's always people like that. Um, you find those people in any kind of job. So there's always people that just kind of try to bring other people down to where they're at. But it
You
really
know, they
does make
say
sense.
they
Go ahead.
they say you can either throw water or gas on something, right? Always throw water. Always throw water. And there's other ways that that comes back around to you. Don't let someone else skew your opinion of somebody else. Jealousy runs pretty deep, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really sad too. Um, I would simply say make your own decisions for yourself. Don't take somebody else's word for it. Develop your own opinion. You know, I don't want to say it can get misconstrued, but if you're a free thinker, be a free thinker. That's it.
Right.
Make your own decision. Don't let somebody else do it for you.
And don't stand in the corner and watch everybody else make opportunities, shake hands, and network, and you not doing it. And that's what these events are all about: is actually networking. 100%. I don't mean to keep going back to the show, but that's literally
Yep.
why we're here. That's why we're trying to promote
Yeah.
it as well. The show is all about networking at the end of the day, and it's all about shaking hands. So the more you go to these type of events anywhere, I mean, your local chamber of commerce, your local BNI group, all that stuff. And I was the guy, I'm telling you, I was the guy who signed up for the chamber, and I'd be all the way in the back corner sitting in the table all by myself because I'm like antisocial, and it does not do me any good. It does not do my business any good. The moment that I realized I need to get my ass up and quit playing Mr. Shy, Mr. Whatever it is, and go shake some hands is a moment that opportunities started opening up for me, and my
Yeah.
business started growing and being more successful at the end of the day.
And so I know you very well. And I know that once they get to know you, they know this is wonderful. Number one, dependable, great delivery. You know, the service end of that, I know that you have that knocked out. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
think of a better person for what you do now for a living. This one particular career, you know, being such a concierge service in the limo business, this is really a perfect. I mean, you already have that part down,
Mm-hmm.
and don't be afraid to talk to anybody because you know what? There's so many people that as I got to know them over the years, they were like, dude, I was kind of afraid to talk to you. I'm like, why would you be afraid to talk to me? Well, you didn't drink. You know, everybody thought that that was a weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, why don't you drink alcohol? I said, man, I never acquired a taste for it, but I've saved a shit ton of money, you know, over the years. I just, you know, I never have acquired it. You know, we didn't know if it was religious. I said, have you heard me talk? It's not religion, you know. Once people like you, though, and once you do get out there, and don't be afraid to be a little bit different. You know, the one thing that I think is funny, a friend of mine is on the golf course in Colorado, and he said, "You ain't gonna believe this." A guy in front of me, we meet up on the eighth tee. They're behind him, and he said, "What is that?" And the guy said, "Oh, it's my ball marker." And he held it up, and it's my coin. You know, I order just a ton of those personalized coins, and so many people use them for ball mark. I don't play golf. Uh, they use them for ball markers, and it's created conversations where two people that never knew each other. And the issue and the circumstance in Colorado was funny because one person was an attorney, the other person was a criminal. I
Mm.
know both of them,
Okay.
and they both could very well use each other. So it's funny how the creative marketing stuff I think is so funny.
Yeah.
If you do something different, creative marketing, um, if you don't do anything else, do creative marketing, and you can do it yourself nowadays. Everything you can be done on your phone.
Yep. Well, when you rented
It's
My
great.
Limo that one time, you literally took a video of yourself in My Limo, talking about how good of a time you had. That was freaking phenomenal. I showed my family, I showed everybody, like, look at this dude. Like, I've known this dude for years, and he rented a limo, and look how cool. He literally made me a mini commercial for free. Like, I didn't ask him to do it. I mean, he just, and that kind of stuff. People like me or people like anybody, we remember it because it happens so rarely nowadays, right? People don't
Yeah.
take the extra time to do stuff for that.
Do you remember in January of 2021 when we were waiting for the pardon? And remember, I called you a couple days before. I said, Josh, I need a favor. Now I didn't need it for free. Just give me a dollar amount, and I need it for a long time. It's going to be probably well publicized. Plenty of pictures. It'll definitely be on TMZ. And I delivered, right? I
Yep.
delivered everything that I said. It was, Harvey. Harvey called me 3 times during that, and between all of the networks, the stuff that we were doing, Channel 11 flew a helicopter over the office that day for about 2 or 3 hours. And, so I'm grateful for friends like you that, you said, yep, I'll give you a deal on this asset. Hey, it helped me out great. Hopefully you got some promotion out of it. And at the end of the day, it's still business. And you kept an employee working that day, Jerry.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it
Yep.
was a good time.
So,
It was a good time. We got
yeah.
aerial footage of the limo outside the was it the courthouse, I believe it was, or something like that, outside the limo, or outside the courthouse. It was pretty cool. It was a good time. So, but love it, man. Absolutely love it. Look, I want to thank you for being here, Eric Big Juicy, aka what, Fort Worth famous with a
Fort
TCB.
Worth famous Big Juicy. Google it. Yeah, do it.
Absolutely, man. He will be at the show November 11th and 12th. Make sure you guys go www.lonestarsshowcase.com, LoneStarDumpsterShowcase.com, and get your tickets. And we're going to be announcing some major speakers hopefully coming up in the next couple weeks. Eric, again, I cannot wait to have you on stage, man. Your personality is just is going to be, it's literally what this entire event stands for, and we want to portray. So thank you again for accepting it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a friend after so many years. Thank you for bailing me out. We'll talk about that after we hang up right here. But as
Don't bring that
always,
up.
as always, I so appreciate you, brother.
Just remember, I always answer the phone. Money
You
has
do.
no timetable.
Even at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's all good. Thank you guys. Make sure you like,
Thank you,
subscribe,
man.
smash that notification bell. We will see you guys in the next one. Eric, hold on 1 second, bro.
All right. Goddamn idiot.